Every baby develops at their own pace, but there are some developmental milestones that most babies hit around the same time. And one of those milestones is crawling. Now, as a pediatric developmental therapist, I am here to answer your questions. If you have a child birthed to 36 months and have a question for me, stay till the end of this video and I will let you know how you can ask me your question. So, this week's question is, it seems like my baby wants to crawl, but all he's doing is scooting backwards. Is this okay? So I'm actually going to be addressing both of these questions. When should my baby start crawling? And is it okay if they are scooting backward instead of forwards? So first of all, I want you to rest assured, if your little one is scooting backwards, it's actually easier to scoot backwards than get on all fours and go forward. So praise them for figuring out this fun little milestone. A while ago, I did a video about tummy time and the different ways that you can do tummy time so your baby can get stronger. Now, if you missed it, I will go ahead and link it in the description below. So one of the reasons that little ones scoot backwards first is that they have more arm strength, which goes hand in hand with tummy time. So they have more arm strength than leg strength. However, you will eventually see them get on all fours and inch their way forward. So when exactly do babies start to crawl? By 6 months, you should start seeing your baby up on all fours, rocking back and forth. Babies typically master crawling between 6 and 9 months. Now, for your baby to begin crawling, they need two things. First, they need to have the muscular strength to support themselves on their arms and their knees. And they also need to be able to coordinate the movements of their limbs to make movement happen. Here are just a few ways that you can encourage your baby to begin crawling. The first one, it goes back to tummy time. Make sure that you're giving them plenty of tummy time. Tummy time is important for helping babies develop the muscles that they need for crawling. So put your baby on their tummy several times a day for short periods of time, gradually increasing the length of tummy time as your little one gets stronger. Now remember, if your baby is sitting, they still need some tummy time. So if they enjoy that position, I would still put them on their tummy. That is the only way to strengthen those arm muscles. So I also want you to encourage reaching when your child is in the sitting position. I want you to place a toy slightly out of reach so your little one has the opportunity to move out of their base support, reach for the toy, grab it. Then they will bring themselves back into their center of support, which is the sitting position. Now remember, don't put the object too far away, otherwise they might not even try and reach for it. Now I also want you to get down on the floor with your baby. Babies love spending time with their parents and caregivers. They'll be more likely to want to crawl over to you for some cuddles. Now, another fun thing to do is mirror play. A mirror is a great addition to tummy time and crawling. Your little one will want to investigate their own reflection in the mirror, which will lead to holding themselves up and reaching out toward the mirror and even crawling towards themselves. And I also want you to make sure that your baby has enough space to explore. Making sure that your little one gets plenty of floor time and space to move is so important. Also, make sure that your baby isn't spending too much time in a baby walker and more time on the floor to strengthen those muscles. It is also important to remember that the process of learning to crawl differs among babies as they work out a way to move that is unique to them. So here are a few different ways that babies learn to move and crawl. So the first one is your classic crawl. This is your crawl where they're alternating their hands and their knees from side to side and on all fours. The next one is the crab crawl. You may think of a crab at the beach. Your baby is on their hands and their feet, not on their knees, and they are actually walking on their hands and their feet. So the last one I want to talk about is the army crawl or the commando technique. Now look out, this crawler actually lies flat on their belly and drags themselves forward using their arms. Crawling is an important milestone for babies because it helps them develop coordination and strength. If your baby hasn't started crawling yet, start working through the list I gave you above. Now, if you have a little one between the ages of birth and 36 months and you have a question that you would like for me to answer, I have put a link to a Google form below. It's short and simple, but the easiest way for me to answer all of the questions that come in. Now, if you want to take it a step further and have access to me each month, I will leave a link below for you to join the Milestone Mom Academy. And don't forget to subscribe, okay? Now I will see you in the next video.